Hey, Dr. Sean Price here. This is video number 2 in our series on thyroid metabolism and the thyroid metabolic pathway. And again, what prompted me to do these videos is I get a lot of patients that come in and they're asking me, Dr. Price, my lab findings are normal, but I feel like I have low thyroid symptoms. I feel like I'm having an issue with my thyroid gland. Can you please help? And so the first thing I discussed in the first video is what's in black up here, and that's the primary thyroid metabolic pathway, how the thyroid hormones are actually made, and why this is actually where most testing looks to see what's going on, and it's actually missing the majority of the boat. So if you want to review that, go back to the thyroid video number 1 and that'll explain that in pretty good detail. Number 2, once T4 is made and released from the thyroid gland, remember, this is your inactive form. This is 93% of what is made in the thyroid. The T4 has to be processed, so it has to get onto thyroid binding globulin, which is in essence a taxi cab. It takes that T4 out to the other tissues for it to be converted into T3. So the T4 binds with thyroid binding globulin, which then goes to the liver, to the gut, to the kidneys, and to all the other tissues in the body. The reason I put all the other tissues is because every cell in the body has a thyroid receptor on it. So the thyroid binding globulin takes T4 out to the liver, gut, kidneys, and all the other tissues. 80% of the conversion of T4 to T3 happens in the liver and the gut. So once the T4 gets to the liver and gut and that conversion happens, then you have 80% of that pathway that needs to be completed. So now you have your T3. The T3 then goes down and the cells can use that for metabolic activity. Then you start getting the end results. So if this is a happy pathway, then everything is fine. You don't have thyroid symptoms. You don't have fatigue. You don't have brain fog. You don't have hair loss. You don't have weight gain. You feel good and you feel energetic and you feel like yourself. But if there's a breakdown anywhere in this pathway, now you start having thyroid-related symptoms. If, for example, the T4 cannot bind to the thyroid binding globulin, it's not going to be able to get out there and get that conversion to happen. Let's say it does get out there, and let's say you have a liver challenge. Let's say you eat a toxic diet, or you're around a lot of toxins in the environment, which we all are. Let's say your liver is taxed. Well, you're not going to get that conversion. Let's say you have digestive issues. Let's say you're eating a poor diet. Let's say you're eating foods that you're sensitive to. You have leaky gut syndrome. You have all these other issues. Again, you're not going to get that conversion, and you're not going to get the T3, so it's not going to be able to get in the cells. Let's say all that's working just fine, and you do get the T3, but you're having a nutrient deficiency that's required to process that T3 in the cells. There's a lot of steps of a breakdown that can happen, and the only thing that is typically tested is the black. And that black can be totally normal and have nothing to do with this pathway back here. So that's one of the primary reasons. You have what's called underconversion. You have plenty of T4, whether it's medication, Synthroid, levothyroxine, Armour, whatever. There's plenty of medication. And yes, some of these medications do have some T3, but it's not the level that it needs to be for normal function. And you don't want to do that through medication, but that's another story. But whether your thyroid's making enough T4 or you're having to supplement it at this time with medication, that T4 has to be converted. And nothing usually gets tested to see what's going on down here. In functional nutrition and functional medicine that we do in our office, we run 11 different thyroid tests to see where the breakdown's happening. We also run labs that show us how your gut's functioning, how your liver's functioning, what is going on, and why these things are happening. Okay? So this is step 1. It's called underconversion. All right? Now we're going to go on to the other aspects of why you may not be feeling well in the next video.